Hey, this video is just for fun and to try and help others improve. Please don't go out of your way to harass or hunt down anyone mentioned in the video. Thank you and enjoy. Alright, I'm a new face to get used to. Hi, I'm ED. I'll be here for commentaries and such since Misal is a coward, unlike me. Also, see these stills? They were made by Galaxy is OK. The link to her stuff will be in the description. The stills are absolutely wonderful and I'd happily pay for them again if Galaxy requested it. Now that the introduction is out of the way, shall we get to the actual video?
Ratchet & Clank is dead and...
You sure about that? It seems to be making money. They are making content, and even if they aren't, the fans are making content for the series, thus keeping it alive. So I don't think that Ratchet & Clank is dead. Even if they stop making movies or games or whatever else, the fans will keep making content and keep the series alive. Also, I know he can only be heard out of one ear. I don't know how to fix that, and he's fixed it in his more recent videos, so I don't need to tell him about it.
Let's keep it 100, okay? Let's keep it 100. After Tools of Destruction, Ratchet & Clank turned into a freaking cartoon.
Do you have a problem with cartoons? The person who made me doesn't, and neither do I. Here's some cartoons that my creator and I like. Into the Spider-Verse, How to Train Your Dragon, Soul Eater, Avatar, The Last Airbender, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Transformers Prime, Phineas and Ferb, and many more. Honestly, cartoons are great. Why don't you like cartoons?
It wasn't a video game, it was a freaking cartoon. It turned into a freaking movie.
Oh, that's your problem with it? You must hate Pokemon then. Huh.
It was, they took all of the life, all of the charisma, all of the edginess, all of the, grit out of Ratchet. And all of the personality. And they made him a soft individual.
Man, you're gonna love me when I get permission to curse from my creator. Never gonna happen! Stop being such a soft individual. Anyway, I can't speak for how Ratchet was in the past, but what I can say is that he's a bit bland in Rift Apart. He does need more personality than just kind hero worried about his friend, though the friendship he gets with Kit is rather cute and nice.
You know what I mean? I don't understand how this dude could shoot a gun.
Easy. He pulls the trigger.
Turned into a mindless shooter to the point where you could literally close your eyes and shoot a character and not worry about it.
It sounds like my creator's kind of shooter. Maybe that would be a good entry point for her to get into those kinds of games. Though I understand you want something a bit more difficult, you can just move on to a different game. Ratchet & Clank is a colorful game with two somewhat colorful leads. It's going to attract kids, and older games may have been too difficult for them, so people making the games simplified them. Or you just got good and you don't like it, so you're complaining online. Take your pick.
In the beginning, in like Ratchet 1, there was some scarcity. There was some fear that you had in your mind because you might actually die.
When's the last time you played that game anyway? Did you have a refresher or did you just hop on to make this video because you didn't like Rift Apart? If you didn't have a refresher, then I recommend going back and playing Ratchet & Clank 1. If it is how you remember, then great. If you had a good time playing it, then now you have 2 good times playing it. If not, however, then you may want to see what's different about it. Maybe it's easier to play because you've grown and gotten more years of experience playing video games.
When I beat the final boss, Trek, I felt great because, it was hard.
Ha! That's what she said. ED! What? This video isn't for kids. Now then, do you script your videos at all? Because stuff like this makes me think you don't. If not, then congrats on being able to actually ramble like this in front of a camera, because my creator can't do that and it's actually impressive. I'm just recommending you edit out your pauses and ums.
Every time... And this is where...
Well, now I know you're holding your recording device. Probably a phone. May I recommend a phone holder so your fingers aren't in the frame next time? If you don't see them, they're to the right. My creator owns and uses this one. Before she made videos like this. She still uses her phone to make videos, and this one was made on a phone.
Things just don't fall in line, you know what I mean? I mean, think about the new Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, you could see the catering. You could see that they put a woman protagonist in there because of woman power.
Would you prefer it if they made Nefarious a woman? Or maybe a non-binary Lombax lead? It's another dimension. Things change, sometimes drastically. I mean, there's been a female Lombax in other games. Or do you just have a problem because she's taking the lead in a game? Either you have a problem with all female Wombaxes, you don't have a problem with any, or you're just being a fragile man about it. That's up to you. So which is it?
That doesn't cater to your fan base, there's no point. Just look at freaking Marvel and DC. Marvel isn't selling no comic books. DC isn't selling no comic books because nobody wants to hear about that.
Ah, yes. Look at these large comic companies losing sales because their comics are being pirated online. I get it. You're saying you should keep your target audience in mind when making something like this, but it can be nice to try something new. And look at how Rivet looks. Yeah, they were keeping their audience in mind. She's gorgeous.
So keep in mind, if you really want some grit, if you really want some good stories, if you really want some good gameplay, etc., then in my humble opinion, I would not play any Ratchet and Clank past Tools of Destruction.
Thanks for your thoughts on the matter. It does actually help that you say that it's your opinion, because not everyone is like you or plays the games you like to play. For instance, my creator seems like she likes games you would never think about playing. So you saying that it's your opinion really does help her hold me back from saying things to you. We're about halfway through this video of his. Maybe a little more, so bear with me as I continue to reply at every little thing and make a big deal of it.
Everything went downhill after Tools of Destruction.
Well, at least we know the cutoff point for you. Though it'd help if you explained a bit more on why you prefer those games. Because all I've gotten so far is that you like the older games because they are edgy, you needed skill, and because they had better characters to you.
See, they milked Dr. Nefarious to the point where there was no freaking milk in his udder anymore.
Please never speak those words in that order ever again.
Nobody wants to see you, like, nobody wants to see Dr. Nefarious anymore. Like, can we get a new, protagonist, like, can we get a new villain in this game?
You mean antagonist? This is why you script and record until you have a take you think works well enough. And I'm actually agreeing with him to some extent. Dr. Nefarious is a great villain, and I do like him. But I like other villains too. If they keep using Dr. Nefarious anyway, that's okay too. Just have him team up with another villain. Or have him be an end-boss with other villains working under him. Or perhaps have him be a villain to beat at the beginning of the game, but he takes a backseat and can relax for a while while other villains take up the big bad role. They could also explore more of Emperor Nefarious since we didn't see that much of him. Seriously, there's so many ways to have a Nefarious and still mix it up a bit.
Ratchet and Clank nowadays is made for little children, not teens.
The game's rating is E10+, so it's made for tweens and older. Gods, I hope I'm using that term right.
Alright? The characters, they don't take them seriously. They don't seem menacing at all. They seem like little cartoons. There's no masculinity in these games anymore. They sucked it all out.
That's what he said. Now let's break this down. If the characters are fun and entertaining, then who cares if they're taken seriously or not? I hope that you mean the villains aren't menacing, because I don't think a lot of people want or like a menacing hero. But that would be a cool concept for a story. And what do you have against cartoons? Did one of them kill your mother or something? They sucked the masculinity out. According to you, huh? You could have worded that better, though I don't think many games have masculinity to begin with. I'd call them gender neutral, personally.
Because they don't want men to have anything.
You hear that, girls? You can now have a dick and be completely feminine.
AD, please. I said try to keep this family friendly.
And that was your second mistake. Your first was allowing me to do this video. Men also have their man caves. They can grow hair in places women might have trouble doing so. They can also take off their shirts without being catcalled. Usually. And much more. Honestly, I'm getting a bit of a neckbeard vibe now, and I don't know if it's because of the mask placement, because I've had to watch this video a couple times now, or something else, but I'm getting those vibes and I don't like it.
You know what I mean? I'm never gonna play a Ratchet and Clank game again.
If that's the case, then can I have all your old games? I'd love to compare the old ones to the new ones and see what differences there are besides graphics. And do you think anyone really cares about you not playing Ratchet and Clank? I doubt it.
I played my friend's Ratchet and Clank, like the Ratchet and Clank remake from 2016, and I could see the life, the charisma, the care, the heart just completely taken out of it.
How? You don't explain it. You say Ratchet is a cardboard cutout. with some stuttering. But what about the other characters? Were the controls wonky? Was the game over or undersaturated? What makes a game bad to you? You barely explain it, and it gets very frustrating when you say, it's not edgy or gritty enough. Can you explain what you mean? Like, Ratchet's nice, and that's his whole character. He doesn't seem like the character that'd be okay with hurting others, much less killing them, but you don't.
And I just have no respect for him. So that's all I really want to say. I hope you have a nice day.
Oh good, we're at the end of this video. I can finally say my final thought. Okay, so, my guy, edit your videos, please. I don't know if you are in your more recent videos, but please do if you aren't. You don't even have to do any fancy edits, just take out your pauses, ums, uhs, and stuttering. It also seems like you're against women with the video, even if you aren't. I mean, you have a problem with female characters just because of their gender. You don't explain yourself very well either, and maybe my creator and I have the same problem, though we are currently working on it. You can check out my older videos for this problem if you'd want. By the way, you don't have stills yet, Misal? I'm far too lazy to draw them myself, and they aren't really cheap, yet you got them for me? You must love me. Stay on topic, right? Other than those things, I'd really need to check out your newer videos to speak further on what can be improved. Just please, explain why you don't like newer Ratchet and Clank games. Well, that's about it. I don't have an outro yet. Eat something if you haven't, get water, take any meds you need, be creative, and make sure you make the best content you can. Bye!